Hey, we're Saints. Father Chris here. Welcome to our Crucifixional live stream. Glad to have you beautiful people with us. We're talking this week about, the expressions and the reactions that we have to situations around us. And sometimes that even manifests itself in anger. We've been working on imagery to help us really come to understand it. And one of the things that we came up with is something that many of us know, right? That it's never really about what it's about. Take, for instance, you're a fine gentleman. You're at home watching the game, just enjoying some downtime, relaxing. And your bride says to you, hey, did you take out the trash? Right? That's like, what did Admiral Akbar say?
It's a trap.
It's a trap. You know it's a trap. What are you going to do? And I know my wife's watching this right now. She's going to kill me. But, it's not about the trash, right? The trash has to go. I know to do it. She doesn't need to tell me. What is it about? There is something more underneath the level, the surface of that whole thing. And so my reaction in the midst of my comforts, lounging on the sofa, may be frustration and anger with her because it's like, can't you just leave me alone? I work all day. I'm always online. I'm teaching. All I do is read and write and study and teach. I just need a break to decompress and watch a game, right? That anger reaction, right? Which we talked about yesterday. Apparently my reactions are very noticeable. So when thinking on the surface level that it is that literal, that her statement about taking out the trash is really what it's about, is going to very often make me quick to anger. Our verse that we're working on this week is from Proverbs 14. A man of great understanding, or whoever is slow to anger, has great understanding, right? So if you have understanding, you're going to be slow to anger. And the converse is how the proverb says it. The one who goes slow to anger has great understanding. And he might have great understanding because at some point you might realize, oh, your wife is just using the conversation about the garbage as maybe a conversation starter. Maybe expressing another need, right? Maybe just saying, I don't know, seriously, maybe just flirting with you, maybe wanting to start, an amorous moment. I love that word, amorous. All of it to say, if I jump right into the freaky reaction of why are you just leave me alone, I work hard, all that kind of stuff, and make the face, what value is in that? It's ultimately going to lead to folly, which is the converse of that same verse we heard from Proverbs. But he who has a hasty temper exalts folly, because you're missing it, because it's not about the trash. It may be about something much deeper. Does that make sense? Hopefully that made sense. And I think the realization of that in our own minds, hearts, lives, that it's never about what it's about. There's always something below the surface. There's something more. Is so important for us to being healthy warrior saints. We got to be crucifixional about that kind of stuff, because the reaction, the temptation is that reaction, and that immediate reaction. So how do we come to realize that we can respond in a healthier, better way? I think the first thing is that you've got to remember, you've got to understand and keep in the forefront of your mind that it is never about what it's about. Probably, and when I say never, I mean, certainly some things are just, surface level, but probably 85% of what we deal with on a day-to-day basis in our interactions with other human beings is not really what it's about. It's something below the surface, a different need, a different desire, a different, a screaming out for love, affirmation, whatever it may be. Something is right below that surface, or maybe even deep below that surface. If we only interact in anger and in haste to that surface level content, we're never going to see what it's really about, right? We're never going to see what it's really about. And as I say, 85% of the time, it's never about what it's about. So how do we get there? How do we learn how to delay that reaction, that grumpy reaction, so that we can listen and hear exactly what may be needed by the other person, and therefore how we can be sacrificial and crucifixional for that person. There is that's a common occurrence. It's a big problem that all of us face. We at Warrior Saints as well. We face it also. We spend a lot of time dealing with it. We even came up with a teaching called It's Not About What It's About, right? And I want you guys to get there and look at this, and hopefully it can help you, maybe offer some tools and some teaching for your own life, so that you can learn how to react properly and without that, quick knee-jerk frustration. Visit us at warriorsaints.org. Subscribe to the Way of the Warrior Saint. watch the video. Just search for It's Not About What It's About, and you're going to find it. You're going to see what's going on there. And then, you're going to see in your life hopefully, some progress forward, where you become, in some real sense, a warrior saint who can make a powerful impact in the world, actually start to live an exceptional life. Love you. We're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to keep talking about this because it's important to us, and we hope, therefore, that it's important to you all as well, that it's a common struggle that we all have. Love you. Be back tomorrow. As always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.